So, you want a podcast, a workbook to get you started. Think of this as an overview, at least a title and subject of future podcast. Now that I'm in my third year of production, I'm in the habit of writing as many daily blogs as I can manage, but not fewer than 4 per week. Lisa B. Marshall, the public speaker, recommends storing up 6 podcasts ahead. Since mine are somewhat timely, I can't do that, but I can outline 3 weeks ahead, and I do that with paper and pencil. The first, number one, create a concept. It's your podcast. Talk about what you know or would like others to know. It's your program after all. Think headline. Headlines and book titles have one purpose. They're designed to draw readers in. This makes the steps: concept, organization, writing, producing, promote, post. In this session, we're only dealing with one concept: organization and writing. The 4 elements of podcast writing: clarity. Every successful podcast begins with a concept. It can be your elevator speech. If you can't describe your podcast in 60 seconds or less, who's going to take time to listen to a 45-minute podcast? Before I hit record, I outline each podcast and assign a name and an episode number. For example, a current production might be "This is my iPhone, Volume 2, number 27. Podcasting is personal without being inside. You're speaking to one listener at a time, and that's how your content is consumed. Your listeners want to hear from you. Now we have the steps: concept, organization, writing, production, promote, post. For any podcast, a lot of black stuff has to hit white stuff. Create a concept, write an elevator speech, name your effort. And here's digital hit. Run your name through a headline analyzer. Another digital hit. If you're a serious podcaster, try domain name before producing your first effort. Know your audience. Meet your listeners' expectations. Deliver information and entertainment in equal measures. Remember, the Bard of Avon said, "Brevity is the soul of wit." A headline analyzer will focus on 3 areas: headline quality score, strive for 68 or greater; an engagement score, does your headline speak to your audience; the most impression score, the most tenuous, brand impressions drive click-throughs. A headline analyzer focuses on these 3 steps: headline quality score, strive for 68 or greater; engagement score, does your headline speak to your audience; and impression score, the brand name drives click-throughs. What are the first steps? The first step is create a concept. It's your podcast after all. This is your title, headline. Think job description on LinkedIn, 106 characters or fewer. An elevator speech is customarily 60 words, or it may be fewer. Think of it as an introduction. Prepare a detailed script. Every podcast benefits from rehearsal. My wife hates this part. First I tell them, then I tell them what I told them, and then I tell them again. Dizzy Dean, former sportscaster. I plan to teach podcast writing, and here it is. 3 90-minute sessions for $75 through meetup.com. At a location of your convenience. Panera Bread 37221 works best for me. In the final session, we will record your demonstration podcast to your CD or a thumb drive. If there's time, I'll run it through GarageBand, adding jingles and or stingers. Our competition is not other podcasts. It's all that other internet noise. Steve Woodruff. This has been the Podcast Doctor.